Hello, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome. Okay, we need to talk. We need to talk about the misconception that educating a girl is a risk because she might become too much for a man. About the idea that a quiet girl is a good girl and an educated girl asks too many questions. About the notion that her dreams are too cute but not serious enough to invest in. About the belief that she's too emotional to lead, too soft to make decisions. About the assumption that her place is already decided and education will only confuse her. About the lie that a girl who knows too much becomes difficult instead of unstoppable. And most importantly, about the power and identity of an educated girl. My name is Gordon Elizabeth, and welcome to today's conversation. The girl who knew the identity, the purpose, and the power of an educated girl. This is a space for every girl, every parent, every teacher, every advocate, everyone who believes that a girl who knows who she is cannot be stopped. Today, I have someone truly special with us. Let me introduce her to you. Meet our speaker. Our guest today is Miss Favor Wachuku Chidebere. Miss Favor is a young writer, an author, and a youth mentor with passionate burden for purpose discovery and personal development among young people and especially girls. She is the author of Purpose and Meaning in a Chaotic World, and she is the founder of Inspired Voice Initiative, a platform that is dedicated to raising and empowering young individuals to discover their identity, develop their voice, and live with purpose. Her work is rooted in identity, purpose, and intentional living with a strong heart for girl child empowerment and youth development. It's a very warm welcome, everyone. Let us welcome Miss Favor. Miss Favor, we are so happy to have you in our midst. Okay, okay, so we're going to dive quickly into it. I know you've been wondering what does the topic mean? What does it mean for a girl who knows? What does she know? What is it to be known? And what should we know about a girl? And what is the power of a girl who knows? What's the identity of a girl who knows who she is? A lot of those questions and many more is what we will be answering today. And today's section is promising to be very, very, very great. So stay engaged, stay expectant, and come along with us. So I'm opening the floor to you, Miss Favor. Please, the floor is yours. Hello, Miss Favor. Are you with us? Hello? Okay, I think we lost her for a minute there, so we'll just kindly wait for her to join us. Please do not be offended. Just give us a few minutes. Let's have her back online.
Sorry for the network issue.
No, it's fine. Welcome back. Welcome back. So I was introduced, and I understand the network can be terrible at times. So I was introducing, but before I bring up our guests, so I want us to sit with this topic for a minute because I don't want us to just hear the title and just what is it? I want us to feel it. The girl who knew. Who is this girl? Who's this girl that knows? She's not just the girl who had everything figured out. She's not just the girl with a perfect home, perfect grades, perfect support system. She's the girl who, somewhere deep inside, she knew something the world tried to talk her out of, that she mattered, that she had a purpose, and that she was made for more. Today, we're talking about identity, we're talking about purpose and the power of an educated girl. And I want to um, break down the topic so it's be simple to you, simply for you. Identity is the foundation. It's a girl knowing who she is before the world labels her. Because when a girl doesn't know who she is, she becomes whoever the loudest voice around her says she should be. If a girl does not know who she is, whatever someone says she is what she tries to become. The loudest voice around her that's dictating and labeling who she should be is who she tries to become. So purpose is the direction. It's a girl understanding that she is not here by accident, that her life has a meaning, and that meaning give her a reason to keep going when things get hard. And then there's education, but not just school. Education is the truest sense. In the truest sense, is about learning, growing, becoming sharper, becoming wiser, and more equipped to work in that purpose and in that identity that has been discovered that she has known. Because here's the truth, a girl who knows her identity and her purpose will fight for education, even when no one is fighting for her. So this is why this conversation matters, not just for girls, but for every parent, for every teacher, for every mentor, for every person that is watching who has a role to play in raising a girl child. So today, we're not just talking about the topic, we're talking about a movement, a reminder, and we're talking about a charge. And there's no better way or no better one or no one better for this conversation than the lady joining us today, Miss Babel Wachiko. The floor is yours, ma. The floor is yours, ma. We are waiting to hear from you and hear all the wonders you have for us today.
Okay, thank you very much for having me here.
Welcome.
Everyone. So when I heard of this topic, when she sent me the topic, the girl who knew, immediately I thought about the girl who refused to let her circumstances to define her. Because there are many girls out there that allow the circumstances around them to define who they are, to define the choices they make and all of that. But this particular girl we are talking about today, this girl that knew, the girl who knew, she's that kind of girl that does not allow the circumstances that she's facing to define her. She may not have everything figured out. She might not even come from a wealthy family. Maybe she came from the poorest of all, but she's a kind of girl that knew. Yes. She may not even have all the opportunities, the luxury life and all of that. She don't even have any of them. But like deep inside her, she know that she's valuable. She knows that she have something. And you know what? Only that knowledge is what changes everything. Only having that knowledge, it changes everything that we should think about. Yes. And that is why when she was telling me when I heard about the topic, like many things just ran to my mind. I was like, wow, like raising this kind of topic in such a time that because this topic is what every girl child should listen to. Yes, because knowing who you are will change everything about you. Yes, so I will just like to talk on just the talk is just a brief one because I just have a limited time. So the first thing I want to talk about is the girl who knew her identity. Yes, the girl that knew her identity is that particular girl that she might not have anybody that is clapping for her. The girl, like, she did not define herself by social media. She did not define herself by beauty. She did not define herself with religion. She did not define herself by like people's opinion of who she are. But you know what? Identity. Identity is deeper. Like, you know what? If you don't know who you are, you don't know who you are. The world will tell you who you are. That is just it. If you are a young girl at the age of from 15, 16, 17, and you've not found who you are, the world will tell you many things of who you are. The world they will tell you who you're supposed to be. They will tell you if you yourself did not find out to know who you are or who you are supposed to be, then the world will begin to tell you who you should be. So a girl who knows her identity, she's the kind of girl that has confidence. She's the kind of girl that makes better decision. She's the kind of girl that value herself. She carry herself with dignity. She carry herself with so much dignity. That girl, she protect her future. She don't allow anything at all to define her. Anything that anybody will say, she don't allow it to define her at all. Yes, that is the first girl that I want to look into. Then let's there's this particular thing I want us to talk about. That is the connection between peoples and education. You know, when we are talking about girl, we definitely will relate it to education and relate it to peoples. Some young ladies, they think that education is just by passing exams, education is just for me to go to school. No, as a young lady, education is not just for you to go to school. Education is not just for you to graduate, not at all. Like, education is about you yourself, you, that young lady, preparing yourself for purpose. You are preparing yourself. That ground, that education is preparing you for where you are going to. That education is preparing you for who you should be. Yes, like me, I am a writer. I did not start writing books because I wanted title. No. I said it because I discovered that I have something that people don't have, something that I could say that will help people. That is the reason why I started. And if I did not discover myself, there is no way at all that I can start. But it's because I discovered myself, and it's through purpose. That purpose is what gives education meaning. It is when you discover yourself, that is when that your school will begin to make sense to you. That is when education will begin to make sense to you, when you first of all discover yourself. You know that when a girl knows where she is going to, like you are a young lady and you knows where you are going to, you begin to study differently, you begin to learn differently. There's like you begin to sacrifice differently because you understand where you are going to. Even when other people, any other thing that other people will do, you won't even follow them because you understood where you are going to. You know that let me do this differently because I know that I am going in a different road. And there's another reason why some girls give up, they give up so easily. And I would like to say this, that the young ladies that gives up both in education, they gives up on purpose, they give up on many things. To me, they don't just quit because they are unintelligent. No, I told somebody, I said, no, these people don't quit because they don't know what they are doing, or they don't have anything upstairs. They don't quit because they are unintelligent. But there are, like, I found out some reasons why some of them quit. And the first reason why some of those young ladies quit is discouragement. Some of them are discouraged by the things around them. They are discouraged by many things, maybe the circumstances of their family, or maybe many things make them to be discouraged. And by so doing, they begin to give up. They begin to give up on their dreams. They begin to give up on purpose, even when they have discovered it. They begin to give up on it. They became discouraged. Some of them give up because of comparison. They begin to compare themselves with many other people. Maybe you have a friend that the person is already doing well. You don't know the person's backup, and you're already comparing yourself with the person. That's another reason why many girls give up, why they gives up on education, why they gives up on their purpose. Another thing is failure. Another one is lack of support. They begin to give up because they don't have anybody that is pushing them. They don't have anybody that is telling them to do this. They don't have anybody to tell them, I will support you in this area, this area you are going to. I will support you in this. They don't have anybody to tell them that. They don't have anybody to pat on their back and tell them, go, and with you on this journey of purpose, and with you. Like I met a young lady of recent. She was telling me the reason why she's into what she's doing. And she told me it's because she don't have anybody that is supporting her. That is most things that make some ladies to give up. Another one is fear of uncertainties. You know, as ladies, like we fears a lot. Many things make us to fear. Like fear of this, they should not judge me. I don't want to start because people will judge me tomorrow if I not do well in that area. I don't want to start. They will begin to fear many things. Just many things will begin to come into their mind, and that will give room for fears and all of that. You know, the biggest battle is often not outside you. It's not outside. The biggest battle that many ladies are fighting is not outside. It's not on their faces. So it's not, it's inside them. They know those battles inside them. They struggle with it. They struggle with fear. They struggle with battles of failure, battles of lack, and all of that is what is making them to give up. So it is making them to begin to think, to second guess purpose. They begin to second guess education. Should I really go into this? What if I go today and this happen and this and that happen? That is what makes most of the ladies to give up. And another thing I want us to talk about is the importance of you as a young lady, the importance of you seeing your future. Yes, I remember when I was in secondary school, I used to dream big. I used to think big. I have many things. Like up to today, I have many dreams. I wrote them down. I said, this is what I want for myself. As a young lady, begin to think deep. Begin to dream big. Don't just limit yourself in where you are seeing yourself today. Just dream big. Begin to think about your future. Like, just see your future ahead of you. Just see it. And if you are seeing your future, don't see your future in a small way. See your future in a big way. You know what? This particular topic about you seeing your future is what me I wish that many ladies will know about it. Like any lady from the age of 18, she should know about it too, because that giving up feel very easy. Giving up feel very easy because of many uncertainties. Keep you going is when we are seeing your future. Because if you are not seeing your future, if you are not seeing bright hope, if there is no hope of future, then there is verge of you giving up at any time. But when you are seeing your future ahead of you and you are telling yourself, because of this that is ahead of me, I will do this. Yes, like you know that any young person, like to see greatness in your future, there is a question that you must ask yourself before you begin to see your future. There is this particular question you should ask yourself. And this question, if you not answer the question, then there is nothing that you can tell me that it will happen. And that question is, within 5 years, within 10 years, like what kind of woman am I becoming in those years? From now to 10 years, where am I seeing myself? What kind of a woman will I become in that year? What kind of a woman will I become that time? Because if you don't have any clue of how your future should be, you don't have any clue of how you should, like, your from now to 5 years to come, you don't have any clue about yourself, you don't have a future in that 5 years, my dear sister. I don't think there's any time you have future again. From now to 10 years, you don't think anything about yourself. It's now you should build it. That thing you want in the future, you start to build it now. And for you to start building it, you must ask yourself, what kind of a woman do I want to become in that year? What kind of a woman do I want to become? You know that most people, but they never think about this. Most people, they never think about this at all. Like, and that is why they are still stuck under the shadow of uncertainties, under the shadow of fear and all of that, because they have never thought of this kind of thing. You know that I used to tell people, I said that your future now is created by the decisions you make. The decisions you make now, that is, you are creating your future through those decisions. So imagine you have no plan for your future. Imagine you don't even have any thought about your future. Imagine you have nothing at all about your future. Then tell me what, like, there's no future. The future will just be stuck in one place that you yourself, you'll not even be happy of yourself. You'll not even be proud of yourself. You'll be ashamed of yourself, I'm telling you. Yes. So those choices you are making now, those choices you are making now, make it well. Like, because your future shapes you. Your decisions now shape your future. And because of that, that is why you should do everything, like do everything you should do to make sure that you make the right decisions. You ask the right questions. Ask yourself. Sometimes it's not asking people questions, it's asking yourself. There's some question that you yourself best answer. You give the best answer to the question, not anybody. Both a purpose discovery coach or all of that. You yourself, there's a question you should ask yourself before you begin to see yourself move forward. You ask yourself some certain question. And you know what? If you really want to see yourself where like, if you want to see yourself grow from where you are today, you are a girl child and you want to see yourself grow from where you are today, there you cannot just sit down and say, oh, I want to grow. Not at all. You cannot just sit and say, I want to be that kind of girl. I want to be that girl we are talking about today. That girl I knew. I want to be that kind of girl. You cannot become that kind of girl folding your hands, Akibo, and sitting down one place. No. You can be that girl when you begin to develop yourself. You can be that girl when you begin to learn skills. Yes. Can develop confidence. When you begin to develop confidence, when you begin to read books. Yes, I told some people, read books. Some people say they don't like reading. And then there are many things that people hide inside books, inside books. So read book, develop character, build yourself. Build yourself to the extent that some people cannot even talk down on you. There is a way you build yourself, my dear sister, nobody can talk down on you. Any room you enter, you're entering with dignity and confidence. So this is the kind of girl we are talking about today. And that kind of girl, she's not just any type of girl. She's the kind of girl that, even though at this state now she's on her lowest state, but after this program, she'll begin to build herself. She'll begin to develop herself. She'll begin to develop character. She'll begin to learn those skills. And then you see that things will begin to, you see that all these things, learning of characters, developing skills and all of that, so that those things begin to shape you. Yes, they will begin to engulf your mind. They begin to engulf your mind. So as I'm rounding up, I just want each and every one of you, young lady that is listening to me this moment, that you should have this knowledge that every successful woman that you see today, there was once that girl. Yes, there was once that girl with a dream. They were not just the girl that was sitting down, they had dreams. They had dreams. They had dreams of where they are going to. And the only difference between you and them is that that girl, she refused to stop believing in herself. She stopped, like, She continuously she was believing on what she can do. She was telling herself that I can do this. She was telling herself that I will not give up. That is when she become that kind of girl. So today, I want you to become that girl that knows, the girl who knows. You're not, it's not the girl, you are the girl who knows. Like, become this girl that knows. And what should you know? You'll be asking, what should you know? Know these four things. First of all, be that girl that know your worth. Secondly, be that girl that knows your purpose. Thirdly, be that girl that know your value. And the last of it all, like, know your future. And know that your future is bigger than your present circumstances. Know that your future is bigger than anything you can see in your life right now. It's bigger than anything, maybe your family background or all of that. I'm telling you, let me tell you a story and let me round up with this story. I used to tell some people, I said, seeing me, some people will say, oh, Favor, I want to do this, I want to do that. I love you, I love the way you do all of that, I love the way you write and all of that. I told them that it did not just come out one day and Favor, wow, Favor is a writer, all of that. No. I started somewhere. First of all, I discovered my purpose. I understood that I have something that I need to offer. And that was the beginning of it all. And I never allowed my situation, my family situation, to define me. When I was growing up, I never allowed my family situation to define me, not at all. I came from a background that is okay. I came from a not well doing background, but I never allow it to discourage me or anything. I seek for mentorship. I seek for it. I like anywhere, if they're having program today and I can afford it, I go for it. So I round up with this. As I said earlier, that you should know that your future is bigger than your present situation. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. Thank you, our host. I'm done.
This has been so wonderful. Look, I have been taking down notes as though she's talking to me directly. It's been so wonderful. Oh my God. I have a lot of things I've jotted down. Firstly, if you don't know who you are, the world will tell you who you should be. You might not realize how important this particular statement she made is. If you don't know who you are, the world will tell you who you should be, and what the world might be telling you what you should be and who you should be might not be what you are supposed to do. How do I give this instance? Your purpose and your calling is to be a doctor. And now God has designed it that if you be a doctor, you are going to save life. He's going to use you mightily. And then, because you don't know what the Lord has called you to do, or you don't know what your purpose is, and then you go and let the world tell you that your dream job is to be a nail tech or a beauty. I'm not saying anything about nail techs, but you've understood the world has told you that this is who you should be. And now that is not what you should be. The great things you're supposed to be doing, if you had gone for who you are and what you should be, the world has taken you away from it. And now the world and the loudest voices around you have told you something that should not be, that isn't who you should be. That is one thing I got. Another thing is education is not just about grade. It's about preparation for who you should be. Some people think, not some people, we all know that when we were in school, it was either first, second, or third. If you're not taking first, second, or third, even if you are smart, you're a dullard. The world, especially Nigeria, has taken education to just be about grades. So it is not more about developing yourself for the future. It's not about getting the knowledge and all you need for the future. It's not about who is taking first, who is taking second, who is taking third. And most times, teachers are not even helpful about this situation. As long as you're not taking first or taking second, they're not seeing it in you that, okay, this person, I might not be taking first, I might not be so good in maths, but when I draw a masterpiece. We're not seeing that person that draws and has a very good talent as smart, or we're not seeing that person as educated. To us, that person is the dollar, as long as you're not taking first. So now you are not getting it today that education is not just about grades, it's about preparation for who you should be. So if you are in school right now and the only thing you're pursuing is first class, the only thing you're pursuing is first position, you're not pursuing getting the knowledge. Okay, you're studying mass communication, you're pursuing getting the knowledge how to do well as a as a mass communicator. Let me use it that way. But you're just pursuing first class. Let me just read and pass. Let me know you're not reading for the knowledge, you're not reading for the development, you're not reading to write the exam and pass. I'm sorry, you're not being educated. You're just pursuing grades. So, thirdly, young ladies that give up quit because of one discouragement, comparison. We all know the discouragement. So, let me talk about comparison. Comparison. And painfully, most of the people that compare our parents. We will all agree with us that our parents compare a lot. Are you not seeing your friend? Are you seeing what she's doing? She has gone to school on a study medicine, or how the evil parents say it. She's studying medicine, and you're here telling me that what you want to do is music. You want to draw, you want to do this. So they begin to compare. And somebody that has this beautiful talent, beautiful singing voice, beautiful drawings would not be like, okay, since my mom is comparing me to a doctor, let me go and to someone else that is a doctor, let me go and do medicine. And you've seen that you've left your purpose and identity because you were compared with somebody. So comparison is one of the reasons why young ladies quit from being who they are. Another reason is failure. Someone said failure is not about failure is preparation for the next thing. So it's like it's nature's way of telling you slow down, calm down and rethink. It's not nature's way of telling you it is over. It is nature's way of telling you calm down. Let's plan again. But some people think, I failed. I wrote jump and I did not get I wrote everything jump like 3 times and I failed. I'm not doing again. Let me go and do something else. I'm not doing going to school again. Let me go and look for something else to do. So you see how failure is making many people lose out of education because they failed once, maybe because they failed twice, some people because they failed one semester, or okay, you went to school to study computer science, for instance, and then there's this particular course that is very difficult. Because you failed that course, you now switch to sociology. So you see how failure is making making people lose out on education and girls as well, and lack of support. Lack of support. If somebody says they want to do something because the family is not supporting, because nobody is supporting. You even hear some parents go as far as if you don't study law, that I say you should study. I'm not going to train you in school. We've seen parents that have done that. So the child has no because they don't know who is going to support me if I say I want to go and follow my dream course. Nobody. They have to go and do something else. And then she said fear. Fear not, old people. Let me not speak too much. I have a lot that I've taken down notes on, so I'm just trying to chip in a little of my own understanding of what our speaker has spoken. Now, the importance of a young lady seeing her future. One thing I would want everyone to go home with today is that if you know who you are, if you know who you are going, if you know your identity and you know your purpose, it is going to direct your life in the sense that it is going to prevent you from doing some things that will ruin it. It is going to determine the kind of friends you keep, the kind of places you go, the kind of things you do, down to the kind of things you post. A lady that has a vision, that has a goal of becoming a president's wife, or let us not even use, of becoming the president of a country, or becoming the governor of a particular state, we start working on building her reputation now. You won't see that lady going up and down to clubs, to this posting naked on the future or on the social media and all that because she has a future. She knows that if she gets there, what she has done in the past might be used against her. You see, it's now direct, it's now shaping how she lives her life now. Most of the people living carelessly as ladies, most of the ladies living carelessly are people that do not have plans for the future. If you have plans for the future, it will determine the kind of friends you keep, the kind of places you go, the kind of things you do. You won't live anyhow. Why? Because you have a goal. And you like just like our speaker said, what you do today is going to determine what your future holds for you. Every successful woman we have, Okonjo Iweala, Dr. Obi Ezekwesili, mentioned them. They all started from there now. They didn't just wake up one morning and I'm the president of World Bank. No, they started building. They saw their vision. While others were playing around, they knew, there's somewhere I'm going to. I can't afford to play around. I can't afford to be like other ladies because I have a vision. I have a goal. I have something in my future. My future holds a lot. And then she also speaks about if you know your future, you know that your future is bigger than whatever predicament you are currently facing. It might come as the challenges might come, the challenge might be there. but eyes on the goal. Because if you know where you are going to, you know that if I suffer this, as I'm trying to look for a treasure, if I dig this ground now, if I dig, I might be tired, but I'll continue digging. Down there will be diamond worth millions of naira. So because of that diamond that is there, you continue digging, so you can get it. That's the simple it is for the future. Because you know that the future you're targeting is very bright. You won't give up because of current predicament. You give up because things are tough. So then you take note of this. She said, your future is created by the decisions you make today. What decision are you making today? What decision are you making today? The kind of things you are doing, where are you going, the kind of places you go. Your future is shaped by those decisions, by the decision you make today of I am going to study, I am going to read, I'm going to learn the skills. All those are what you will use for the future. So the decisions you make today will either mar or make your future. Let us take hope that particular word. So be that girl that knows her words, that knows her purpose, that knows her value, that knows the value of her education, that knows her future is bigger than the present circumstances. Yeah, so let me quickly not talk too much because we have a guest that's supposed to do all the talking. I just have a little things to chip in. We will go next into the next thing that we have. So the next thing that we're going to have are some questions that I have drafted down for our speaker. If you do have your own question, please feel free to drop it in the live chat in the comments that I'll be asking to our teacher. But these are questions that have been prepared specifically for our teacher. So she's going to be answering some of these questions. I will quickly go into number one so we don't waste too much time. Again, what does it actually mean? Okay, this is directed to our speaker in his favor. What does it actually mean for a girl to know her identity, especially in a world that is constantly trying to define her? So, what does it mean? She has answered this question in her speech. I don't know, I got some things, but for people, for the persons that ask, so what does it actually mean for a girl to know her identity, especially in a world that is constantly trying to define her?
Okay, thank you very much for that question. To me, um, for a lady to like to know her identity, what I will tell you that it means is that it really means that that particular lady understands her value. Yes, she understands her appearance. Like she understands popularity, people's opinion. She knows who she is. Yes, and she knows who to stand for. She knows what she stands for. She knows who she stands for, and she knows what she wants in life. In this present life, she knows what she wants. She's not defined by many opinions. She's not defined by many what many people will say about her. But what she's defined by is what she puts her mind on. That this is what like her values, her appearance is what make her to know her identity. That
Okay, so the girl who knows? I that is such a great one. So I'll quickly dive into the. I hope everyone has gotten that what it means for a girl to know her identity, especially in a world that is constantly trying to define her. So next we have, what do you think is the real reason why many girls give up on their education? She has listed that already. She has given us that already, but let her still answer it. And then what would you say to a girl who is at that point? She has given us the real reasons why girls give up on their education. She mentioned discouragement, comparison, she mentioned failure, she mentioned lack of support, she mentioned fear. So now we're asking, what would you say to a girl who is constantly at this point? What constantly at the point of fear? A girl that lacks support, a girl that has failed and probably given up, a girl that is being constantly discouraged from what her purpose is, and a girl that is being compared. So, what will you say to this girl that is currently at this point?
okay. What I would say to any girl that she has been discouraged, she lacks support, she's afraid. The only thing I would tell her is that she should never stop believing in herself. Yes, because believing in yourself is what will renew the hope, even in the midst of fear. When you believe yourself and you know that you must first of all understand yourself. Oh, because when you've understood yourself and you believe in yourself, then it will give you that capacity that even when no one is helping you, Even when all hope is lost, you see that you begin to get hopes from that belief, from the belief you have for yourself. Because that was what kept me going. Because I have many people when I was still growing up, many people started discouraging me. They will tell me that people like I'm a biochemist, I'm studying biochemistry, and people will tell me that what is the relationship between biochemistry and being a writer? Like I have many things that will discourage me. Somebody told me that I should not start writing now. That I don't that writers are almost people from English, mass communications, and all of that. But like I told you, many of them they told me many things that discouraged me. But the only thing that kept me going was that I believed in myself and I believed that I am going to get. I understood where I was going to. So if you believe in yourself and you understand where you're going to, I don't think anything at all can stop you. Even in the midst of that place, you see yourself ready for like now, many of those people that told me many things, now they say your book is a blessing to me. I say my book, a book of a biochemist, is a blessing to you. I was telling someone that I said some of them they are coming to me, they will say, please, I'm inviting you to become to speak in our church. I told someone that I said I'm not coming, not because of anything, but because you are among the people that make me to be discouraged that I will not even verge into this thing I'm doing now. When I told somebody that I want to become a public I want to become a public speaker, I want to take a course on public speaking. He say, public speaking, what do you want to go and do there? You're already good in speaking. And I say, no, I have many things that I don't know. Now he say, no, don't go spending money. They discourage me that I like but that time I was not even having enough. So I was actually telling the person that the person can help me out. Maybe pay for that moment, everything. Like the person is not only discouraged me, but even the person broke me down that I was asking myself how I was just trying to stop myself. So in the sense of all this, the only thing I will tell you, you have been discouraged, forget about it. The only thing is believe in yourself and what are you telling yourself? How are you seeing yourself in the future? That is the only thing I have to tell you.
Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. Always believe in yourself. What are you telling yourself? Are you telling yourself, this is not for me, I cannot do it, I've tried my best, I failed, I failed, I don't fail, nothing will happen again? Is that what you're telling yourself? Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself at every time. Even when things are looking as though it is not possible, there's nothing you can do. Still believe in yourself. So I'm sure this question is going to be in the mind of everybody. We've been hearing discover your purpose, discover your purpose, discover your purpose. How does a girl discover her purpose? Especially when everything around her feels chaotic and clear. Hey, is my purpose this, my purpose this. What if my purpose is to go and sew clothes? What if my purpose is to go and be a nurse? How does a girl discover her purpose and her calling?
Okay. I do tell people that purpose discovery, purpose is not found in chaos. So purpose is not found in the mountain or in anywhere. No. The first way that you can discover your purpose is paying attention to what you love most. That part, there are things that naturally flows from you. Yes, there are things that you love doing naturally. What are those things that are inside you that you love doing naturally without like nobody force you to do it, or whenever you do it, you feel fulfilled. Whenever you do that particular thing, you are fulfilled. Like even without payment, even when nobody pays you, you are fulfilled about that. That is purpose lies inside of it. Purpose lies inside those things that you love doing. Most things that you love doing, purpose lies inside of them. And by continuous learning and growing, then you see that you begin to discover purpose inside those things that you love doing, not outside of anything. It's not found in, okay, let me go and find it somewhere in the market. No, it's inside those things you love doing, inside them. And when you begin to grow inside those things that you love doing, you begin to see that, begin to discover your purpose inside them. Hope you understand what I said. I think that
Yeah, yeah,
you
we do.
discover
So pay attention to things around you, the things you like doing, the things you like doing around you. Pay attention to it. That is one of the little ways you can discover your purpose. There's some things that you unconsciously just see yourself, you enjoy doing it. You're not waiting for somebody to come and tell you, to pay you money or before you do it. No, this is something I really like doing. Pay attention to it. Most time your purpose is around you. It's not something that is very far. You need to go and discover. It's something that is very close to you, but you've not been paying attention to. Yeah, so I'm sure we've gotten that one. There's a difference between school and education. Many people debate this fact, but I'm saying to everyone in this session today that there is a difference between school and education. How would you break that down to a girl that is watching us now? How would you explain to a girl that does not believe that there's a difference between school and education? How would you explain it to her that there is a difference between school and education? Um, can you hear me, ma'am? Okay, we've lost her for a minute. We've lost her for a minute. So my question to her was, what's the difference between how do you explain to a girl that there's a difference between school and education? For the most of the time, they feel we've always felt education is all about going to school. School is where you can get educated. But education must be formal. You must go to school, go to SS1, do nursery, primary, secondary, reach university. You must finish your university to be an educated girl. But today we're finding out that there's a difference between education and school. So now we are trying to find out from her what that difference is between education and school. So once she's back, she's going to give us give us the explanation to explain that. So let's give her a few minutes to come back. Kindly be patient with us. Hi, Miss Favor. Welcome back. We lost you there for a minute. I understand network can be bad at times, especially in the country where we live in.
So now I had a network interruption. I'm very sorry about that.
It's all right. It's all right. We understand. We all live in this country. Okay, so I was asking, hello, are you with me or hello, Miss Favor? She's having serious network interruptions. Okay, since we lost her again, I'm just going to um give some explanations before she comes. The difference between school and education. We all know what the school is. A place where people learn, a place where educate. Sorry, give me a few minutes. Let me quickly connect her back. while we wait for her to return, let's quickly continue. So we're talking about school and education, right? So school is a place, it is a system, it might be it might be physical, it might be virtually, but a school is a system, it's an institution. You know, the classroom, the syllabus, the exams, the certificates at the end, and school can give you grades. School, it doesn't automatically give you understanding. School does not give you wisdom. School does not give you direction. In fact, school is a place of people to learn. It's a classroom, it can be classroom, it can be virtually. School is like the system, is an institution. Then what do you think education is? Education is much bigger. In education, we talk about the process of truly learning. That is why you go to school to be educated. But school is not education. It's the process of truly learning. You can be in school, but you are not learning. We've also had people that just go to school to occupy seats. At the end of the day, they go back home the same way, nothing they've learned. So education is the process of truly learning, the process of truly gaining knowledge, understanding yourself, and then sharpening your thinking, becoming equipped for life and purpose. Education can happen in school. Education can happen at home. Education can happen on the road. You might be watching a video now and get educated from it. You might be reading something and get educated from it, get an understanding. You learn something from that book, learn something from that experience. You can be educated through experience. So education can happen in school, it can happen outside of school, it can happen through books, through mentorship, through experience, through self-discovery as well. So a girl can sit in a classroom for years and never truly become educated. We've had people that go to school and they stay in school for years, but they never truly can speak correct English. So it's not all about education. School education is not about going to school. You go to school to get educated, but we've seen people in school that are not still educated. So a girl can either can be denied access to formal schooling. A girl might not go to school. I not go to the classroom, you know, the school, you know, but yet we still pursue education relentlessly through every other means available to her. She might not have access to school. She might not have access to the formal education we know, but she's still pursuing education. She's still pursuing to gain knowledge. She might be doing informal education, learning skills and all that. That is also educating. You must not educate yourself on the syllabus and curriculum that the school gives you. Education can happen anywhere. A girl can go to school and be educated. There's some girls that do not go to school, but they are still educated. Education is not about speaking good English. There's a lot of people that speak correct English, but they still have empty brains. They are not educated. You ask them something about probably life or anything, they don't even know what they are saying. So you might be also asking another question I would have thrown to her if she was here is the practical connection between knowing your purpose and committed to your education. What is the connection between knowing your purpose, knowing who you are, and then committed to education? Knowing who we are will direct what you are supposed to be educating yourself about. A person that wants to become a doctor will be getting educated on things that are related to that purpose. Knowing who you are and who you are called to be will direct where your education to go. Someone that wants to be a nurse will not go and be studying law, will not go and be reading law. It's when you've understood yourself. That is why we have many people in school today that are just in school there, they don't know what they are doing. At the end of the day, they come out with bad results because what they really want to do is not what they are doing. So they are just there, they're even confused. What is going on here? I don't have passion for anything I'm doing. I don't have passion for this. I don't have passion for this course I'm doing. What I'm supposed to be doing is something else. At the end of the day, they are lost because that is not what they are supposed to be. So the connection between purpose and the commitment to education. When a girl doesn't know her purpose, education can feel pointless. When a girl does not know what her purpose, education becomes pointless to her. Like there's no point in education. Like what's the need of being educated? But somebody that already knows who she is and what she should be doing will pursue her education relentlessly, will pursue her education. She will pursue it with all she has. So education can feel pointless for somebody that does not know her purpose. It's just be stress, it's just be pressure. You see a lot of girls are just going to school. They don't even want to go to class. They don't even want to study. They just want to just be there. Let them just go home. They'll be in school, but they'll not attend lectures till only when it's exam time. Such people don't know their purpose. Somebody that knows the purpose will pursue education like it's all they've got and it's all they have. It becomes easy for you to give up if you don't know your purpose, things will get hard because there's nothing pulling you forward. Like there's nothing pushing you. What am I studying all throughout this night? What am I studying for? I don't care whatever result I have. For somebody that knows that there's something I'm pursuing and I need a very good result to get that thing I'm pursuing, they will faithfully attend classes, they will study hard and they will read. When a girl knows her purpose, education becomes a tool to get the purpose. When a girl knows her purpose, education becomes a tool for her to achieve that purpose, not a burden. Some people feel good when they tell a girl go to school, wait till they go to last, I will go marry one rich man. That is I go tell Oga wife. That is something that everyone is saying. Why am I study myself? Last, I will become Oga wife. Everybody wants to become Oga wife. But when the girl knows her purpose, education becomes a tool. She will fight for start strong, will fight for that tool. Because if somebody is going to the field to go and harvest rice, the person knows that I needs to go harvest rice. The sickle is a tool. So they will strive to get that sickle because it's going to make that rice harvestation that they've gone for to be very easy and swift. That is how education is to someone that has a purpose. It becomes a tool, not a burden. So she's no longer just studying to pass. Let me just study and pass my examination. No, she's studying to become. She's studying to build. She's studying to become. Every assignment, every class, every late night becomes a stepping stone towards something that she actually cares about. So practically, this looks like purpose gives an education a why. Purpose gives an education a why. It gives education a reason. Your purpose gives your studying a reason. I'm studying because I have to achieve this purpose. I'm studying because I have this purpose. And for me to actualize this purpose, I need education. So purpose gives your education a why, a reason. A girl who wants to be a doctor to save lives in her community, we push through hard biology, we push through hard classes differently than a girl who has no goal at all. There are two people in the class. One has a purpose to be a doctor so that she can go and build a hospital in her community and save lives. And the other is just there because her parents say she should go and study it. Now, the difference between these two is that you see the one that has the purpose of going to build be a doctor in her community, she will push through, no matter how biology is hard, she will study the biology and make sure that she passes it differently from the person that is just there because they say I should go and do it. So purpose builds resilience. Purpose builds resilience. When she fails a test or hits a setback, or one lecturer has decided to frustrate her life, purpose will remind her, this is the reason why I'm doing this. I should push forward. So she gets back and continues fighting, continues studying instead of just quitting. I'm not doing it again. I'm going to another course. So purpose helps her make better choices. A girl who knows where she's going is less likely to be distracted. Once she knows I know where I'm going to, anything that is coming that is bringing distraction will be like noise. She won't want it. So don't let it pass. Let it pass. Let it pass. So okay, so as I was saying, so a girl with purpose is less likely to be distracted. A girl that has a purpose may not be distracted, will not let anything distract her. So a girl with purpose is less likely to be distracted. So once you have a purpose, you have a goal. You want anything to come in as distraction. You won't, this is going to distract me from achieving this. I don't want it. So you won't get distracted. So pressure and distractions will be easy to overcome. So a purpose will also turn education into an obligation. Purpose turns education from being an obligation to being an investment. So my education is me. This time I'm studying, this 4 years I'm given to this course, it's me investing into my future. So your education now becomes an investment. So purpose is going to turn your education into an investment in your future. So she's not just doing it because she has to. She's not going to school because she wants to go to school. She's not going to school because I say she should go to school. She's doing it because she sees herself on the other side of it. She's seen a future. She knows where she's supposed to be. So she's looking forward to it. So in short, purpose is the fact, education is the vehicle. Purpose is the fuel. Sorry, education is the vehicle. So education is driving you there. What is fueling that vehicle is purpose. If there's no fuel in your vehicle, the car will not move. So if you have a you're studying and there is no fuel, there's nothing pushing you to study more, there's nothing pushing you to be educated, you lack fuel, you lack purpose. So purpose is the fuel, education is the vehicle. Purpose is what fuels that vehicle to keep moving. Without purpose, a girl can stall out at the first sign of difficulty. I want something is difficult, let me just give up. But once a girl has purpose, she's going to keep going because she actually knows what she's going for and she knows what is keeping her. So I have my guest back on the line. I've spoken so much and I'm not supposed to be speaking, but because we lost her for a bit there, so it's made me to speak. But since she's back, let's give the floor to her to complement what I'm saying and answer some of the questions that we need to answer. Welcome back, Ma. Sorry about the whole network interference. I'm really sorry.
Thank you. The network is very bad from my end. That's why
It's all right. It's all right. So
network is
I was
bad.
talking about the practical. I was talking about the practical connection between knowing your purpose and staying committed to education. So, what's the practical connection between knowing your purpose and staying committed, sorry, to education?
I heard everything. I heard everything that you said, and you've said it all. So why do you want me to still answer it again?
Yeah, I don't. We still want to hear from you to know what's your view on this topic. So I still want to hear from you. And then, basically, want to hear what you have to say.
Okay. The first thing you need to know is that purpose is what gives you direction. Purpose gives direction to that education. And you must also understand that school is just a place. First of all, they should understand the difference between school, the difference between education, and the difference between and now the connection between these people's school and education. They should understand these three things. And the reason why I say they should understand it is that many students, they will tell you that let me permit me to use this broken. They will say, as you dey see me so, na just school I come o. Yes, na just school I come. And if this school finish, na so e be. But the truth about it is that it's not supposed to be so. Yes, it's not supposed to be so. Because school that we are hearing school is just a place. Yes, it's just a place, and education is a process. Education is a process that is just a process. Then purpose itself will now give you direction on how to go in the school, and how to graduate from that school. Purpose itself will give you direction to education. Hope you're understanding my analogy. This
True.
purpose
That's
is
true.
the like
Yeah.
in biology, you will hear a word, you will hear something called mitochondria. That is the powerhouse. And this particular purpose now is just like a mitochondria. Yes, purpose is just like the powerhouse of everything. Purpose is a powerhouse of that education you are pursuing. You know that a person can just attend school, but you refuse to learn. Attending school is different from learning o. So you can just be
True.
attending school because you don't really understand, you don't really have a direction, you understand. But when you have a direction which is purpose, then that is when you will now know that education is a continuous development. That is to develop your mind. Education is developing your mind, you understand. So when you have that purpose, you are developing your mind continuously, developing skills, developing character. You know that it is education that will make you to develop in all these areas. It is not school o. School is just a place, so school is just a place. but it is education that will make you to develop skill. It is education that will make you to develop character. It is education that will make you to develop abilities. It is education, not school. And what we aid that thing now is the purpose, is the direction now. That direction that you dey map, that's the compass. And the purpose is that compass. So that as an individual, you need to understand that the connection of purpose and education is that purpose is the compass to that education. Is that purpose will aid that education, will aid you to develop those things. Yes, because when you know where you are going to, if you know where you are going, you will see that education is one of the tools to help you get there. Education will just help you, as you said earlier, our host, you said that you were telling us that that a purpose is like a fuel. You're telling us something like that. Yes, that is how it is. Purpose is just like a driver that will drive you there. You understand? Yeah, it's just like education now is a tool. Let's say that education is a tool, a particular tool that will help you to get to where you are going to. You understand? But okay, let's use this analogy. You are traveling to a place and you don't know the place. You know that you need a map, or you ask questions. Let's just use this that because in this technology era, if I'm traveling to any place, I can just use my smartphone. With my smartphone, I will get to any place I'm going to that I don't know. So purpose is that your smartphone that you are using to go to that place you don't know. You understand? Purpose, that's your smartphone, is the one that is guiding you to that particular place that you are going that you don't know.
The
So
map
now
can be a map.
education will become very easy for you with that tool, with that map. Education is that the education now is that journey that we are going to. So with the map now, the journey will become very easy for you to go there without you getting lost. They will not start writing missing person because you have your map that we need. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, so we'll not start looking for you. We'll not see missing person. Please have your map in the road of education. Thank you so much. So, lastly, what is one thing a girl can do today, right after this session, after this life, to start working in her identity and working in her purpose?
Okay. The first thing I will tell you to do after this life, you young lady that is watching us, take a book, like find your daughter, look for your daughter, write it down. The woman you want to become in 5 years time, write it down. Yes, jot it down. Not only jotting it down, as you are jotting it down, it should be at the back of your mind that this is where I want to be in 5 years time. And I cannot get there by only writing it down. I only wrote it down for me to remember that this is who I want to become in 5 years time. Then work towards it. If you need to develop yourself, to work towards to develop yourself. If you need to build abilities for you to get there, do it. If you need to read book for you to get there, do it. If you need to cut off friends for you to get there, do it. Like just first of all, write those things down. Then look inwardly in yourself. What do I have to do? What are those things that are stopping me from getting to, what are those things that will stop me from getting to this place in 5 years time? What are the limitations that will limit me from getting to this place in 5 years time? Then when you've written it down and begin to think about the habit they had, because the people that are here, there's a kind of habit, there are kind of things they don't do oh. They don't sleep 2 4 6, they are sleeping on their bed. So they have many things they are doing. Some of them they are in one program today, they are in one program, they are developing themselves. Some of them can sit down reading books for hours. How many hours can you sit down and read books and you say you want to get there? So after writing the woman you want to become, maybe you saw women like Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala, you saw them, so many of them, and you say, I want to become this man, I want to be like this woman. Sit down, write write that you want to be like this woman. But after writing it, then look inwardly. What are those things that will stop me? What are those things I must do differently? And those things that you must do differently today is that if your phone, I'm telling you sometimes this our phone just like devil. Oh. If it's your phone that is limiting you from becoming the woman you want to become, drop the phone, read books. I love reading, oh. Read books. I love reading books. If I see one book with you today, I can beg you. If I don't have the money, if I can't afford it, I'll beg you, please help me. I'll read it one day, I'll bring it back for you. So please, the only thing you can do differently today after this program is for you to write down those things. That woman you want to become in 5 years' time, write it down. Just take it down and identify one habit, even though it's one habit that you need to start today, one thing you need to start and start with it consistently. And you see yourself that before that 5 years, you see yourself getting to that place. Thank you.
So, okay, sorry about that. So, this whole wonderful to express my joy into this session. Write it down. Many people do not understand journaling. They don't know how important journaling can be, how important writing down your goals can be. And then I want to chip in something. Before I even chip in something, let me make reference to something she said. She said of your life and what you have to bring in. It's going to help you to know what you have to do without and what you have to do with. It's going to now start directing your movements, directing somebody that has a goal, that has written the goals. We act. Now, after writing those goals down, everything you want to be in 5 years. You know, one question that many people joke with a lot is, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I just start laughing. I never see myself get tomorrow finish or the next minute. In 5 years, I want to see myself. I don't know if I won't be for the. And so, this is like a very common meme. People don't know how important that question is. Where do you see yourself in 5 years with what you're currently doing and how you're currently living now? In the next 5 years, what do you think it will be? Some people say, in the next 5 years, I want to be a millionaire. I want to do this. But what are you doing to be the millionaire? What are the actions you are taking? What do you have? What have you been doing to be the millionaire? In the next 5 years, I want to be in the midst of big men. I want to be in the midst of big men. I want to be flowing with the caliber of big men. But as you said, they are sleeping. Big men are working, you are sleeping. So you see, so if you write down your goals and write down what you want to be, things you want to achieve, now you start working towards them. Writing it is not just the thing. If you write it down and you feel you will forget, you don't like opening books, paste it in front of a mirror. As you're going to go and see yourself in it, oh, I have a goal. Now it's going to direct how you move. If I go to this place, is it in any way helping my vision for the next 5 years? If it is not, I'm not going. This skill really help me get to where I want to be in the next 5 years. Okay, it will. All right, I'm doing it. Will this friend help me achieve this thing in the next 5 years? Or is this friend drawing me back? He's drawing me back. Okay, we are no longer friends. This is how working in alignment to your purpose starts with. Getting it written down, having the vision, and then working towards it and removing whatever is going to prevent you. Let's not take the joke of where do you see yourself in the next 5 years as a joke. Or people are saying it as a joke. Don't take it as a joke, as someone with purpose and someone with vision. Yes, and with that, we come to the conclusion of today's session. I don't know if anyone has a question. If you have a question, you can just drop it down in the chat. But for now, I can't see any question. So it's been a very wonderful session. I enjoyed today's session so much. I feel so rich. My head is so big with information and knowledge. It's as though it's going to burst. Thank you so much, Miss Haber. Thank you so much. What a conversation. We thank you so much for sharing your heart with us today. We thank you so much, Miss Faber. To everyone watching us, I hope you leave here knowing this, that you do not need permission to know who you are, that you do not need anyone's approval to chase your purpose. You need to believe in yourself. And as for your education, it is not just a certificate. Your education is a compass, your education is a fuel, your education is a tool. You should see it as a motivation. You shouldn't see it as an obligation. You should see it as a motivation to yourself, as a tool to yourself, as a fuel. And it is not just a certificate. You're not just going to school to go and get certificate. You're going to school to build. You're going to school to prepare yourself for who your future self should be. That is what your education should be about. It should be your voice. It should be your power. It should be your tool. It should be your legacy. So go out there and be the girl who knows who she is, who knows her purpose, who knows her identity. Thank you for joining us today. Miss Favor, I don't know if you have anything you want to say to our viewers finally before we call to this section a close.
I don't really have anything else to tell them. The only thing I want it to be ringing on their mind is that they should know who they are. That is just it. Because knowing who you are is what gives you direction. That is what will guide you through as a young lady. Yes, that is the only thing I have for them.
Know who you are.
Thank
Know
you,
who you
thank you.
are. Be the girl that knows. Know who you are. As you are living this life, you are living with the awareness of who you are, of your purpose, of your identity, of who your future self should be, and what your future to look like should look like. And then you are working to get it. You're working in alignment to getting it. Thank you, all our viewers. Thank you for joining us. You can see from my smile that I am so happy. So I'm very, very happy to be into this session. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you. We are happy. Don't forget to like, don't forget to share, tag someone who needs to see this. You have someone who should be in this conversation. If you feel this conversation can impact somebody, do not be stingy with it. Share it, let others see. Thank you so much and stay rooted in who you are. Thank you so much, Miss Favor. Bye. Bye, our viewers. Bye, everyone.